Hello, 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 hello. Alright, sorry about that. So obviously daily, super bearish. And at the 4 hour, we've broken this. Where I had that box, the yellow shaded area, it was just the 4 hour supports. And we had two pretty close together, but we're past both of them now anyway. But pound yen is creating lower highs. Got a high, lower high, lower high, lower high. And we've finally broken below this 30-minute support. So I think we continue down. Let's see what we've got to the left. It's quite a way. Wow. But what's up, guys? Benny, Anna, Yeeha. Good afternoon. Good morning. Yo, how far back? Wow, that's pretty far, isn't it? All the way in September. It's the last time we were down here. Scrolling for ages. I just wanted to see if we had some clean candles to come down. But you can see where the last 4 hour support was, right here. So it was two quite close together. But like I said, we've broken them both already. Just want to see price continue. How was everyone's morning? Anyone catch any pips today? Go on, GJ. So I'm about to be entered in, very close to being entered in. Yep. And always, as per usual, slight slippage. Where did I actually get entered in? 32.3. Man, not crazy slippage, but you know, not a fan of slippage. It's the buy stops and sell stops, they always get me. Alright, I'm just gonna let this trade run and take a look at gold while this is doing this thing right here. I think with a stop loss this big, I'll look to start closing positions or closing 50% if this candle comes back to where it opens, to the candle open, to be honest. But then, you know, if we keep pushing down, then I'll move my stop loss above entry candle high. If I've managed to secure some, then obviously my stop loss will be at break even. So I'm going to look out for 52.2. Cool. Gold has been running today. Absolutely on fire. So I actually saw it last night. It was about 12. I think it was about 12. So I saw it push up and come down. I thought, alright, gold's going to keep dropping. And to see it up here this morning, back at 30.18. So this was quite a strong level yesterday. This is where I took the buys. And like right here, and then price just dropped right back down. And, well, pretty much tanked yesterday. How big was this drop? I mean, say from there, you know, 400 pips, serious drop down on gold. And so we respected yesterday's low, Well, we didn't. We broke it, but we pushed down, flipped back up. We've broken yesterday's high, and gold is very, very bullish at the moment. And that's still Trump tariff stuff going on under China. So everyone's running to the safe haven, which is gold, obviously. And here we are. We've got this massive push. So, I mean, today alone, look how much gold has moved. 810 pips. And it's not even New York session yet. It's not even New York session yet. But if you look at the 4 hour, I mean, obviously we know the 4 hours very bullish. We broke the previous high. That was quite early on in the session. During London session, London open, we broke the last higher low or lower high here in the downtrend, and now we're going back up. So I actually took some buys. So the first buys I had this morning was actually, it was about here, this continuation pattern. Gold had pushed up, and I moved my stop loss into profit, and it hit my stop loss and then kept pushing. So I had to wait for another entry. I got in again here, so I kind of considered this a closure above. Wait for the candle to push down a bit. Took another buy. Well, I think I took like 2 positions, and then pushed up. Took another 2 positions up here, about 39 when this candle, basically when the candles made bottom wicks and then flipped, I was taking more entries. And yeah, it was a nice push up. It's a very nice push up. It's about, in total, it was about 400 pips in total. But right now, I just need to wait for some structure on gold. That's all I'm looking for. So resistance, support, and then buy back up. Hopefully nothing like this, because this was a bit messy. But something like that. You know, it's just some structure. Alright, pound yen. We're at 20 pips, 23 pips. This is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Alright. So yeah, this was a pretty simple trade. Closure below. Pound yen's very bearish. Broke the 4 hour support. So yeah, my next target is this 4 hour support down here, 184.4. Now, I'm thinking, where am I going to close some partials? I kind of really want to let this one run. I don't let some trades run long enough on stream, but then a lot of the times they do come back to entry. So I want to make sure I lock some in at the same time. Alright, if it gets to 25 or 30, hopefully I get a nice little push. Oh, it's pulled back a little bit, so just a little bit less than 20, but I'm moving my stop loss to break even. Just waiting for it to get back to 20, then I'll close some. Alright, there we go. Close some at 20 pips. Close 80%, or even just some. What's up, Rosie? What's up? What's up? Wow. And that is why I close partials. That's why I close partials. Because how quick did that happen? Wow. So that's one trade. It's an early one, very quick one. What was that? Like, not even 10 minutes. Right, in and out for real. Oh, GJ. Where's my little tracker? So that would be 16 pips because I closed 80% at 20 pips and the runner hit break even. Crazy pullback though, man. Look how quick that happened. Alright, on to the next trade. See if we can catch any more this session. Yeah, I still think pound yen is pretty bearish, considering. I mean, look, daily super bearish, 4 hours super bearish. You know, candles are still trending down. We're making new lows. All right, nothing on pound yen. Yep. All right, for me to get into some more, another pound yen trade, I would need, again, just structure now. Because we've dropped. It's just a little retest. No, I want this one. Maybe if we drop a bit more, little resistance. And continue down. Pretty much the same thing I'm looking for gold now, because the closure above has happened. So if we adjust these levels, the resistance is actually here. So all that matters to the left is not really this stuff anymore, because we've broken these levels. So it's this next resistance. So I just want to see some structure. Little pullback, maybe even a retest. I don't know if it comes all the way back down, like 170 pips, and then a push back up. I wouldn't even mind a retest, but you know, just some structure. Let's just wait for some structure. Oh, can't spell. pretty much the same thing on pound yen as well, just waiting for some structure. Waiting for structure for everything. That was quite a pullback on pound yen. Quite a little pullback. Yeah, man, the gold buys this morning were nice. Said gold was lovely this morning. You was locked in. Yes, yes. So was I. Once I saw it start pushing at 7 o'clock, I was like, yep, gold is about to move today. We've got FOMC later, not the actual interest rates. That's not until May. Yeah, next month. But we've got the minutes this afternoon. Well, this evening for us in the UK. It's going to be 2 p.m. Eastern. 2 p.m. FOMC. It's going to be yeah, I'm definitely going to be checking it out. I like to hear what's going on, what they're talking about. Because now with all these Trump tariffs, they're talking about potentially decreasing the rates, but the only thing they're worried about is how the tariffs are going to affect inflation. So if that's the case, if inflation becomes very high because of the tariffs, then they're not going to drop the rates just yet. But Trump is saying, come on, let's drop these rates. It's a lot going on in the markets right now. That's why everything is extremely volatile. Oh, GJ. Gonna have to start closing full positions at like 20 pips instead of partials. To be honest, I only missed 4 pips by doing that. By closing partials and the runner hitting break even. Dum, dum, dum. But GJ's still moving, still dropping. I still think pound yen, regardless of that pullback, 184.4 first target. I'm actually looking forward to the CPI and PPI this week. CPI tomorrow, PPI on Friday. See if we can catch a CPI banger. All right, DJ. This move, man, would have been 46 pips. 46 pips. But it's all good. There'll be more opportunities. You were in gold buys this morning? Oh, lovely, lovely. Where did you get in? Where did you get in? All right, we got a new candle opening now. A new 1 hour candle. Man. Gold's just pumping, GJ's just tanking. Love this. I mean, I like when the market is going in one direction. No, there's a clear bias. Damn, gold. Give us some more. Where did you get in, Rosie? The 7 a.m. continuation pattern. Yes, I was talking about that earlier. Such a good entry right here. Damn, GJ's still going. Now, I wouldn't have taken, after that trade, after we got taken out of that trade, or I got taken out, I would not have taken an entry right here, like for it to continue down, because it's pushed so much into this range. Now I need it to create a new range, like some new structure, in order to get in again. And then plus this stop loss, you know, even though I didn't use the entry candle here, but I used a structure point for a stop loss, and that's why I was more inclined to take this trade. Whereas here, what structure point can I use? I could only use entry candle high, and we saw how much pound yen just pulled back last time, or I could use previous high, which is 90 pips, and come on, definitely not going to do that, am I? So that's why I wouldn't take a trade after price has already pushed down so much. So now I need a retest. Either a retest would be good, or like I said, a support, then a resistance to form a lower high, and then I've got a new range. Because I'd have the support would be the bottom, the resistance, and then come down. You held it to 30.50, 300 plus pips. Wow, amazing, amazing. So that would have been like down here, depending on where you got in, 35.50. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Wow, that's a beautiful trade. Beautiful, beautiful trade. Well done, you. Well done. And you know, when I have a good London session, it makes me feel a lot more, not relaxed, but just more chilled about NY session. Like, I don't mind not taking any trades for the day, but when you catch a good trade in the morning, it's like you're not too worried about not getting anything in NY. Sometimes for me, if I don't take a trade in London, I say to myself, okay, if I don't get something in London, I'll most likely find something in NY. So I'm more not forcing it, but I want to catch a trade. I want to get something out of the day. If I don't, then it's cool, but you know, I prefer to, obviously. But now I've taken, I wouldn't even call it more than one trade. I have taken more than one trade because this would count as my second trade, but the other ones would be the same trade idea, just multiple entries. So that would count as one trade. Because yeah, it's all the same idea. Alright, gold. Now, why do I have a level on this time frame, on this chart? Right, if pound yen gets to this support now, and it holds, this support holds, then I'm looking for a retracement from here. I'm looking for this support to start the nice pullback. Now we've got, really and truly, this is the new range. So we've got the resistance right here. That support's already been broken. So now I'm waiting for another support to be formed, and then this will be my new range. Boom, boom, boom. Do. I'm enjoying the recent volume, not the stop losses though. you know what? Me too. Me too. But the stop losses are a bit, they're annoying. Like gold 30-minute candles being 100 plus pips on a regular basis, like it's nothing. I'm just not used to that. But I mean, if you get in at the right place, you're catching 100 pips. I've been catching some bangers recently. Some absolute bangers. Let's measure some of these. Well, we know that candle's massive. This candle, let's see today. So today, this candle here, 180 pips. These candles have been huge. But I mean, look at this. All right, so Rosie's entry, she took this continuation pattern and she took the break of the high. She used previous low, 68 pips. Now, if I had a 68 pip stop loss, I would definitely be more inclined to hold my trade for longer. I wouldn't be closing at like 30, 40 pips with a 60 pip stop loss. You would hold, right? And look how much it's moved. It doesn't even look like it's that many pips. Crazy. And then look at that candle. That candle alone, 170 pips. The next candle, 113 pips. And then this monster candle at 12. From the high to the low, 286 pips. Listen. I know a lot of people are losing money in these markets because the stocks are going down like crazy. But you have to have different kinds of incomes. You have to have a diversified portfolio. If you're just relying on your stocks, yeah, I don't know what to tell you. Obviously, it's not looking good, is it? If you're able to trade Forex and jump in on these 100 plus pip candles, and that's just not for gold too, pound yen. These moves as well have been hundreds of pips every hour. This candle here, how long is this candle? Look at this candle, 86 pips. The last candle that just closed, 87 pips. Like, you have to have a diversified portfolio. You have to. Crypto, stocks, something else. If not Forex, then something else. Maybe you've got a full-time job, but yeah, for downtimes like this, yes, diversity is key. 100%. 100%. I've got some Tesla stock that was doing well. Tesla's gone down like crazy. Crypto. Obviously, crypto's had a big pullback from the highs. Where's Gbpjpy? Look at that, 76k. 76k, and I thought it was going to be a bit comfortable in the hundreds. That was wishful thinking. Alright, what's gold doing? Oh, look at this pullback. Alright, okay, let's see if it breaks this low. That'll be good. Get a bit more of a retracement. I really would like a retest of this broken resistance, like come back to this area before it pushes up again. Oof, GJ. Where's my entry here? Man, 80 pips from the entry. Oh, did I finish my water? I did. Oh, guys, I'll be back in 2 seconds. We go get another bottle. Need another bottle of water. All this talking, you know, makes your mouth dry. Man, pound yen's really tanking. Alright, I'll be back 2 seconds, guys. Alright, I'm back in the building. Man. One of our friends said, Trump and China news first thing in the morning. Listen, Trump is a comedian. He's a comedian. I should not be so... American politics have never been so entertaining to me. But it's literally entertainment. China saying, all right, yeah, 54% back. Now Trump's like 104% tariffs. Like, what? Like, the guy is unreal. Trump is unreal. All right. All right, we've tapped into this 4-hour support. So now what I would like to see here is a little rejection, or this area to hold, and then we create structure right here. So you push up from the 4-hour support, however far, just a little retracement, and then maybe some sells back down. But this would be the best place for price to create that structure. And what's gold doing? So gold, we're still pulling back. Okay, this is a good retracement. This is needed. Damn, gold. Another candle that's 200 plus pips. Man, when there's volume, there's volume. When there's volume, there is volume. So yeah, retest of this resistance. So look, we've got the pullback here, little bounce. I still believe gold is very, very bullish, but we need that structure just with pound yen. Support here. So it's either going to retest this resistance, this support. That's what I'm looking for buyers back up. Wow, GJ pushed up 30 pips. Not bad, not bad. See what this daily is looking like now. So we pushed all the way down into this. Yep. 4-hour. This would be a very good place to push up from, to be fair. What do you guys think? What are you thinking? Pound yen's looking good. levels are hitting, getting tapped. I love that. I love when price hits pretty much exactly on a level that I've got drawn out. That means that my ideas, my analysis is somewhat on point. GJ retracement here would be perfect. Yes, that's what I'm saying right here. Four hour to 4 hour. So the last 4 hour would be, well, for me the support is up here. This is where the next 4 hour level is. Obviously it's not resistance, it's a support, but if it's going to play between some zones, then I wouldn't mind if it's a 4 hour zone, you know. All right, gold is very close to my retest level. Alright, where's pound yen at? Right, this candle gonna be, this would be a rejection candle because it's a long wick, short body, off a key level. Perfect definition of a rejection candle. Alright, looks like we're gonna get a nice little bullish candle right off of this 4 hour support. I wouldn't take any buys here. I was considering it, but I wouldn't take any buys here because I still think pound yen pulls back a little bit more, like it retraces a bit more. I want to see if the next candle breaks a high. Let's see, We're getting a bit more of a wick body as well. So gold sort of pushed down into this rejection area where all of these wicks are right here. It's a rejection area. Let's see if we break this previous candle low, will we hold? Again, would still like a retest of this resistance. Okay, gold, yeah, we're still coming down. Did we break the low? Yeah, we broke the previous low. Our gold open and pretty much dropped 50 pips in 1 minute. 1 minute. 50 pips. What's GJ doing? GJ's looks like it's gonna fill this wick. Nothing's going on there. What's gold doing? Okay. Gold, we going up? We going down? What are we doing? But it's already broken the previous low, so there's a high probability it'll continue down just based on the candles trending down. But if we create a support here, depending on how far it pushes up, now I'll be looking for an entry on the next candle. So it's still another, so I have to wait for this 30-minute candle to close anyway. I'm talking to my friend about the tariffs. Alright, what's GJ's filling the wick. So now, if I'm looking for a wick fill, what I'll do is I'll go down to the lower time frames and I look at the structure of the time frames below. So with this one, if I was anticipating a wick fill, I mean, look at the 15 minute. It didn't break the previous low, but it also didn't really break the previous high. And now this current candle, it pushed up, didn't break the previous high, and it's created a resistance. So higher probability of a bottom wick fill. Gold is just pushing down. Alright, we're gonna get this retest then. 30.45. Come on, Goldie. I just want the retest to happen so I can get the buys back up. Hopefully gold doesn't just fall out of the sky and we have a massive retracement. Maybe it's waiting for NYSE open, market open. To think pound yen today was at 186 and it's now 184. It's the most volume I've seen in pound yen in a while, in the markets in general, to be honest. I don't think I've ever seen candles this big on a regular basis without news. But I mean, would you call the tariff stuff news? Nah, you wouldn't. It's like ongoing news, isn't it? Every time something comes out, you get a mad market reaction. One thing I would say though is when the market's moving like this, you definitely have to, you don't have to change your strategy. I wouldn't say change it, but you definitely have to adjust risk wise. Yeah, just really more so just risk, I would say, because your stop losses are a lot bigger now. So it's either reduce your risk, like half size, or you just take bigger chances, bigger risk, bigger stop losses, bigger TPs. I try to keep my risk reward always the same, or at least 1-to-1. But yeah, with these big stop losses, it makes it a bit difficult. So most of the time, if my stop losses, I mean, my general stop losses are about 50 pips now. Like that's average. So I'm just looking to like I reduce my position size sometimes, and then just add positions on throughout the trade. I find that's the easiest option for me, because the moves are so much bigger as well. I can do that. I can just add positions because I'm holding for longer. But yeah, gone were the days of 10 pip stop losses, unless you're literally taking an entry as soon as the candle opens and you're using entry candle lows. And even then, still a high risk of getting stopped out. All right, gold, what are we doing? Gonna get that retest? Not far, like 20 pips. Gold's dropping. Alright, got the gold retest. See how far it pushes. If it continues, then the next level I'm looking at is 39.5. See if that area holds. If it doesn't, then we've got all of this to retrace. Yep. Looks like we're still pushing or dropping. Right, well, gold's figuring that out. Okay, so GJ respected this previous low. And flipped bullish. It's a nice little retracement on gold, or pullback. 70 pips. Man, these candles are moving. Just a little 70 pip pullback in one candle. How much did this candle drop? It's a big candle by itself. 110 pips. Yeah, GJ looks better right now. Looks like it's gonna push up. go and break the previous high. Alright, we've got a new 15-minute candles just open. Let's see what 15 is looking like. Okay, pound yen looks good. Broken that previous 30-minute high. Ooh, maybe a gold continuation pattern to the downside. But we have closed back in the range. On the 15-minute anyway. Yeah, we're gonna get a good retracement on GJ. Look at that. We've engulfed the previous candle. Need support on gold. Yes, yes indeed. That's exactly what I'm waiting for. Gold to create a support, but you know, we've pulled back into that area. Let's see if this resistance holds. If this holds, then I think the next candle we push back up, and that candle forms the support. Because when I'm looking for buyers, I'm either buying from a support or buying from, yeah, literally it's buying from a support, to be honest, or a breakout above the resistance. But in this case, if I don't get support formed, but I get a retest of a support, then I would like the buys up from there. So that's like it's a condition. It's still buying from a support, but not a support that's been formed, a previous support. All right, GJ is gonna retest 185. Da dum dum. Alright. Oof. It's a nice little pullback on GJ. But you know what? I'm used to seeing pound yen do this now. Like 20 pip pullbacks, 15, 10, 20 pips. Like it pushes in one direction and then pulls back like a massive pullback. It's been doing that a lot recently. These are new markets. New markets. I think this weekend, yeah, I am. This weekend, I'm definitely going to be back testing like March price action. Yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing because I'm figuring out, you know, the bigger candles, the bigger moves. Because, yeah, I don't really want to get used to it in real time. I don't mind, but I'd rather, you know, get some practice in, even though every day at the markets is practice. Might even look at Asian sessions. Asian sessions have been moving. But yeah, we're in new times, man. New times. I do like a bit of back testing. Do. All right, gold looks like this resistance might be holding. Would you say C trader or trading view? I'm probably gonna use trading view, and the reason I use trading view is because I figured out how to make the candles move a bit slower. So what I'll do before I'm such a donut. So what I'll do on trading view before is say yeah, I'm looking at the 30-minute time frame or on the 4-hour time frame. So say this is the 4-hour time frame and I want to do some back testing. Yeah, what you know, when you switch to different time frames, right here, if I go next candle, it will print the whole 4-hour candle. What I didn't realize is that you can change this. So say like I can change it to every 15 minutes. If I go next, it's going to be, you know, creating the candle every time I click it. So it's not just going to print the whole 4-hour candle. So yeah, so now if I'm on the 30-minute, it's dropped down to the 15. I could do, you know, every 5 minutes, how is the candle printing? Yeah, I don't know why it took me so long to realize this. And then if I go back to the 4-hour, because what it will do when I was back testing, obviously because I've left it at one time frame, it would show me the whole candle, which if I want to look at, you know, where's the 4-hour support and resistance is without seeing how the whole candle has played out, it kind of ruins the back testing for me. But obviously now I've got it figured out, I can do it the right way. So, and with trading view, like the only problem with C Trader is it doesn't allow you to look at different time frames once you start back testing on one. So you do a market replay and you choose the 30-minute time frame, you're stuck on the 30-minute time frame. Whereas obviously with trading view, you can switch between different time frames, which is what I want to do, because I want to look at 4-hour levels, daily levels, you know, do my top-down analysis and then get back testing from there. And then check how the new 4-hour candle opens, things like that. So, you know, look at the markets how I would in real time. And then obviously with TradingView, the way you can save your sheet. So when I do back testing, I literally treat it like my trading log. So I have a back testing sheet on Excel, and then I'll put all of my back testing, like if I take a trade, I'll put the link to the trade in my Excel sheet, and then I can review it, make notes, comments, XYZ. So TradingView, the short answer is TradingView. I just gave you the very long answer. I gave you the long answer, but that's why I would yeah, TradingView. You know, just sit down. It doesn't even take that long, maybe like 2 hours on a weekend, an hour on Saturday, probably an hour on Sunday. I try not to trade every single day or do trading stuff every single day, because you know, you need to have a life. But I really think practice is important. After being at the charts, London and NY session, when I was working and I would just trade as I was working, I didn't feel like I was at the charts as much as I am now, full-time trading. So spending a weekend back testing, or taking my time, spending hours back testing, it didn't really seem like, you know, I was full-time at the charts. Whereas now, if I spend a whole day trading, it feels like a whole day, because I do the whole of London session, whole of NY session. I'm still looking at the charts throughout the day. I don't really have many distractions unless I'm going out. So then to back test after spending a full day at the charts, it's just, it's a bit draining. So yeah, I'd rather do it weekend, get up fresh, take my time, spend an hour, just whiz through London session, NY, do like a week, 2 weeks. But yeah, I can get through a month worth of trades, I would say, in about 2 hours. 2 hours, yeah. Make my notes and then learn from it. All right, new 4-hour candle opening now. How this last 4-hour candle close? Let me get rid of this. So last 4-hour candle closed quite bullish, but we've got this long rejection wick to the upside, which is no good. But we actually haven't rejected a key level. We haven't rejected a specific area. Maybe this little minor support to the left. But gold is still very bullish. So now we look to the lower time frames to see if we're going to fill this wick. So what would we need to see on the lower time frames in order to get a wick fill? Bullish structure. And that's it. So as long as we can, if we form a support here, this current candle, I would prefer if it had a bottom wick, of course. It had a bottom wick, but we pushed up and created a support. Then obviously the next candle is where I'll be looking for buyers anyway to retest the highs, and then we have a wick fill. Simple as that. All right, pound yen 4-hour. So the 4-hour, this current for previous 4-hour candle, we tapped into this 4-hour support. Now this next 4-hour either needs to break the low, or if it holds and pushes up, we're going to see a massive retracement from this 4-hour support, which is very typical of GJ. Very, very typical. But the good thing is, at least we have a bottom wick. We have a bottom wick on this 4-hour, which is perfect. So this candle is a bit of an indecision, but it looks like we're already going to get a wick fill here. Yeah, we're already going to get a wick fill. All right, so we've kind of respected the previous low. Just need to break this high at 185.10. I didn't even know it pushed up that much. But I would like gold to have a bottom wick here if it does decide to push up, need that bottom wick first. Dum, 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 dum. So I don't do any Forex stuff on weekends. Yeah, man, good, good. Not everyday Forex stuff. But it is 2 o'clock. And yeah, you guys know what I'm looking for. So really a support structure, a support on gold. We've had the retest. If you can get, we've got a bottom wick there. We do have a bottom wick. It's just very, 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 very small. Very, very small bottom wick. Would like a longer bottom wick as it's a 4-hour candle. But yeah, looking for a support to form. Either a support here above this resistance, or a retest of this support at 30.39 for gold to continue up and retest this resistance right here at 30.66, and then on pound yen, still bearish on pound yen, but I'm very aware that we're pushing up from this 4-hour key level, this 4-hour support. So expecting a big retracement, maybe a retest of this previous 4-hour support, and then come back down. So did I have it? So either, you know, a retest of up here to come down, or a lower high, just a resistance, and then sells down like that. But getting a push up on gold, perfect. Right, guys, so back tomorrow for USD CPI. Now it's the Super Bowl. That's my Super Bowl. I love some CPI. So yeah, back again tomorrow, same time. I might actually start a bit earlier, depending on what the market's looking like, but I'm thinking that starting at 12:30 is a bit too late. I think it's a bit too late because a lot of the times I'm seeing moves that I want to get into, like today, or a move has already happened, and it's probably better to be, you know, ready at the charts for that. So yeah, might start at 12 o'clock now, 11:30, give us some more time at the charts. But yeah, all right, guys, tomorrow, see you then. Hope you catch some nice moves today. I know I'm looking forward to some. Let's get rid of this for now. All right, peace out.